Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
July 10, 2020, the thanks for the happy birthday wishes. Yes, I want to thank everyone who sent me birthday wishes yesterday. In today's news, we begin with the president's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, has been returned to prison for allegedly violating the terms of his probation. He was seen and photographed dining at a French restaurant on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and this was deemed to be a violation of his probation. Also, he had a lengthy list of requirements that the government wanted him to sign, which apparently he would not do so. So his short COVID-19 stay is over, or at least the part where he got home confinement, and Mr. Cohen has been returned to prison. No word on whether Bill Barr will fire anyone over this action. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, the Wirecard story just keeps getting either worse and worse or weirder and weirder, depending on your perspective. And you can't make these things up. Department. German prosecutors are looking into the possibility of money laundering by executives at Wirecard, adding to ongoing probes related to potential fraud and fake accounting. A spokesman for the Munich prosecutor said it was conducting several legal cases related to possible money laundering at Wirecard, the oldest going back to 2010. Wirecard has long been dogged by allegations from investors that the company used third partners to generate fake revenue. But now things have taken an even darker turn with the money laundering. You have to wonder, though, given the apparent corruption at the very top of the organization and their ability or willingness to lie, cheat, and steal, that they are not engaged in other criminal activity. On the economic dislocation front, things continue to go downhill for the U.S. economy as United Airlines says it could furlough up to 36,000 workers as early as October, or nearly 40% of the staff, if travel remains weak and enough employees do not accept buyouts and early retirement packages. Airlines have been warning for months they could start making significant cuts once their bailout money expires. They've received about a fifth of the $25 billion Congress authorized to help airlines. The furloughs would include about 15,000 flight attendants, 11,000 customer service and gate agents, and 5,500 maintenance employees, plus about 2,000 plus pilots. Given the continued spread and the administration's unwillingness to do anything about COVID-19, it's not really surprising. About the travel issues, certainly I don't plan to be getting on a plane, and I don't know many people who do so either, and indeed most companies have banned travel at this point. So more bad news for the airlines. And that moves us to our final story from the Washington Post, as one airline, Boeing, has moved aggressively to restore confidence in the 737. They've got certainly a long way to go, but the production line for the 737 MAX is back up and running, and the FAA has recently completed a series of test flights and is studying the data to determine if it's safe enough to be certified to be put back into the air. Once again, given Boeing's lie, cheating, and stealing, it's going to be hard for them to move forward, but at least they are moving forward at this point. So good luck, Boeing. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Daily Compliance News, which is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. This month on the Compliance Live, I feature Scott Sullivan. Check it out.